Welcome back, people. This week we're hopping on the Moto project. It's kind of like seat week. All the giblets that we need to make 5 seats. It's all printed out. I don't remember if we talked about this, but we do have this cool new, what am I calling this, like a tool bin? It's like on the back of the seat, this little door opens up to reveal enough room for a little tool package. Electric bike, so what you need, like a flathead screwdriver, or non-conductive gloves, perhaps. What would be the ideal tool pack for an electric bike?
AAA.
AAA batteries?
No.
Got some good edits?
No.
Oh, what's wrong with this one? What do I gotta do to make this episode more exciting?
You gotta do a race between Tomos and Y-Bikes.
Okay, well I guess that's what we'll do today, as well as the seat. Because remember, it's seat week.
Like Fleet Week?
It sounds like Fleet Week, except there'll be less promiscuity. Isn't that what Fleet Week's all about? Bunch of sailors walking around.
Oh, I get it.
Bunch of sailors walking around and spreading their loins across the whatever town they're in. Seat Week is about not fooling around, it's about getting the job done. The seat is like a vital piece to our Moto project. It's gonna get done this week. Seat Week.
Seat Week.
Seat Week, that's right. I think we should do that little bike review. We'll take out a bike, we'll take out a Tomos, we'll race them, we'll compare them. What's quicker, what's faster, what starts easier. We had a great video. Hey, we'll put a card, boom. This video where we compared the Tomos bike to like every other bike we had in the shop. Scooters, other mopeds. Tomos beat them all. It was a really good episode. And I apologize for not having an episode last week. We were all very busy. Of course, we're always very busy, but my second daughter was born last week on Monday. Skylar, little baby Skylar. Throw you up a picture. My heart is full. My heart is full. 2 daughters now. It takes a lot of time. If you don't know, you'll see. It's a lot of time. Seat week. Seat week. Yeah, seat week. It is seat week, by the way. This is sort of cool. Alex has always been a big fan of animation. Actually, our first start, me and Alex, is doing stop motion together. No, we did it when we were like 20 years old. 2 little New Yorkers trying to get into film. Alex is gonna do a little stop motion animation for us.
Well, it's just regular full frame animation, drawing. My first time drawing animation.
Little outro.
You're gonna say don't forget about mopeds.
Don't forget about mopeds. Cool. Hello.
The first time in my entire
Suzuki. Yeah. This is a 2-stroke motorcycle. These are both 2-stroke motorcycles. You don't see many 2-stroke motorcycles. They banned them. Only what exists is still available. You cannot make these anymore. 252 stroke. 185. Those are monsters. Torque monsters. Oh. Ooh, yeah. That's
slower you do. Oh, yeah. Remember the thing I told you about putting it back into neutral? Oh, okay.
Oh no. Oh, gotta put it back in neutral. On the sidewalk. Off the sidewalk. Nope. Those are all 2-stroke motorcycles.
Really?
And in Besnick, he's electric. So.
Well, I think it's 2-stroke electric.
Electric. The other 2-stroke.
The other 2-stroke. The Tesla version.
The other way.
I think it should be called the Moto Aura.
I call it the Moto Rebel.
Like right here, too. Moto X, which might be a Suzuki trademark. I'm not sure.
We're trying to pick out names, all of them bad. If we keep going, I feel like we'll find one. Moto is generic.
It's horrible. It's the worst name I ever heard.
It's Spanish for motorcycle, so there's a lot of like...
It's English for motorcycle.
Everyone's got their own idea for the name. I still am hung up on Moto Mañana, although everyone doesn't like that. But I don't like anyone else's name either, so we're at a stalemate for now.
You gotta incorporate some titanium in here. Titanium. You have any titanium in here?
We're not a foundry.
Ideally, it would be awesome if you had like the whole frame.
Titanium frame? Are you crazy?
No, yeah.
Anodized
Well, like
titanium.
You can get like this.
It's not a good time.
Why? What's going on?
Take a look at this. Here's a t-shirt riding along.
What?
It's like all t-shirt in here. It's jammed pretty good. He's been trying to get this out for 2 weeks.
Long story short, I was going about 68 miles an hour.
I thought you told me it was 40.
Well, it felt like 68. And then my shirt flew off my handlebar. Somehow made its way into my sprocket. I fishtailed for like half a block, quarter of a block.
It's all jammed in here. You can't move this at all.
Are you gonna have to get an engine rebuild?
Help.
Wait, is the gas off? That's pretty loose.
We're trying a different plan.
It's been 2 weeks. All I've been pulling was these. So what am I gonna this little ass piece of?
See, this is the part of working the mopeds that makes it hard to figure out what the labor cost is gonna be. Oh yeah, sure. Let me scroll down to the part in my fucking labor charges where I outline pulling a shirt out of a sprocket. Oh, are we talking about a little shirt and a little sprocket, or are we talking about you compacted half a shirt in a space about 1/2 inch by 1 inch? Just for you people at home. The shirt is compacted into an area about yay large. Half a t-shirt and about a space this wide.
I think I broke it. No, there's no shirt in there. I didn't do anything. I swear to God, I didn't.
Oh yeah, it's the offset. You're on the street for things breaking spontaneously around you in such a way that makes it easy for me to blame you. Just for confirmation bias alone. This is a very crucial part of this case. If like there's too much pressure in here, it can cause an air leak. It's like a finished part of the E50 case. It's like right where this chain is.
It's like a collar right there.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
Whoa! Oh, drew back your shoulder up. Whoa! Did it come out? Wow.
Oh, yo, I have to save that part. Honestly, it was way more than this.
I want to do.
Actually, no, never mind.
I want to do.
Yeah, just roll.
Oh
shoot, what?
I'm in a good mood today. So underneath the nice cushiony seats, where we have the vinyl and the foam, it's wrapped around a plastic piece. So this plastic piece is a vacuum form piece. So we are making the mold for the vacuum forming machine. We have to replicate the seat except slightly different, little dimension changes, but it basically is the same thing. Yeah. Little mistake. We put this a little too close to a piece that we already cut, so I'm just trying to fill it up with the weld. Got that. This is gonna make the plastic that's gonna get put on the seat and plugged right in. You can see it fits perfectly. With room to spare so that the plastic fits. These sheets of plastic, we will be forming them with the tool that we just created. The tool that we CNC cut and welded together. We have risen the plastic to the heating elements, where the plastic will melt and soften. Turn on the vacuum.
Yes, Capitan.
Ready? You gotta do this now, Will. It's gonna flip. Down, 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 all the way, all the way. That's cool, eh? This will do it. Parker and JP are both gonna help me do the seat thing. I don't know much about seats, you've seen it. Seats are not for me, but Parker's great at seats. Parker's like a leather...
I'm a leather daddy.
The bedpan is done. It's not a bedpan, it's called the seat pan apparatus. Both pieces are now done. So we got a couple orders this week, some nice parts orders. We don't do tons and tons of parts orders because we mostly sell bikes and brand new bikes and stuff like that. But we do have a lot of parts, and Brandon's down here loading up, rolling these parts down.
Coming through.
So also you will see on the website a lot of stuff for sale. A lot of the projects, a lot of things have been sitting around. Most of these bikes in the basement are for sale. Some of them are sold as projects, affordable, and then some of them are sold as running bikes, but they need some things. You'll see it in the website if you're interested in something like this. We ship to anywhere in the US. Although if you are in New York, you can also just come in. Don't worry about buying on the website because it's gonna make you want to pay for shipping. So just come into the shop and we'll do a local pickup. So a lot of people have asked, why are you selling all this stuff? Well, we're gonna be relocating shortly, not immediately, but in the near future, trying to lighten our load. The other question people are asking is, where are you going? I don't know yet. This is still premature. We're just getting a head start on this whole relocation. I don't have a new location yet. But it will be hopefully a bigger location, more targeted towards what we want to do. Builds, the moto project, assembly. That's the idea, that's the goal. So if anything, this is a good thing. It's just, I don't have all the details yet. But when I know, you'll know. We'll make a whole video about it. We let you know what's happening. More than most businesses, but that's just what we do. I think it works for us, right? I think it works. People like to know what's going on. There you go.
It's real tough on the back, this one.
On your back.
Oh yeah.
Well, what about it? What is it? The low handlebars, the upholstery from a, I don't know, an alpaca? What? Oh, okay. This is a tapestry from
The Arizona catalog. It looks like a fresh cold can of Arizona, my favorite.
Oh, I see what's going on here. This isn't high density foam. This is just pillowcase.
Plush, yeah.
Yeah, this is very plush. Seat week.
Seat week.
There we go. Oh, it's a funny hat. Seat week, right?
Seat week.
Seat week. We successfully vacuum formed 5 of these bad boys. Let's look at the pile. Boom, a whole bit of them. We're gonna extract them now. We're gonna cut them out, extract them from their skirts. Hello. I'm a toolbox. It's a little tool trunk.
No.
Yeah.
What the
Which is better?
Right,
Tomos versus bike.
right. Tomos versus bye-bye.
Cylinder head versus cylinder head.
Dual speed versus dual variated.
As we were saying before, it's due, it's time. We need to do this review. The people want to know. This isn't 100% balanced comparison because I have a completely stock TOMOS Flexer that we put together here at Second Stroke. And we have a bike that has been heavily modified to the teeth.
Stock cylinder, we have the same carb, expansion chamber, which is the main thing, and we dropped some weights.
Modified the variator.
There was also restrictions in the variator to variate all the way, some spacers.
A handful of things. And this hasn't been altered at all. This is just what you would get out of the box. How much money did you spend?
With the pipe, the carb, and then labor, probably like 2 to 3 hours of labor.
So you're in at $300 extra.
Probably 300, yeah.
How about we start with, I think, my favorite part, and I'll advocate towards the Tomos on this one. Let's see you kickstart this bad boy.
What are you talking about kickstart? But why do we have to go? Do we have to kickstart it?
What
are those mouse squeals?
what's going on there?
Oh, it's like a Mickey Mouse. It comes with a Mickey Mouse pack.
No, that's cheating. That's cheating.
Oh, let's try it with the choke on. I got the choke on.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. I had a bad leg. Oh shit.
What's happening here is that this bike has a dry mechanism on the Kickstarter. It can wear away pretty quickly. So it's got like 600 miles on it, and the Kickstarter is kind of worn away. But the Tomos one is an internal lubricated Kickstarter. It's a very similar technology, the whole paw claw thing.
Right.
Activator, paw claw, grabs, and
Right.
spins it. But this one's inside the motor, and it's lubricated really well, and it doesn't wear out. A variator or something like that.
Right.
So as you can see, the Tomos starts very easily. Let's do a off the line race. Yeah, a drag race. Do we know? We don't know who's gonna win this.
We've never done this.
We've never done this before. Best out of 2.
air mixture screw adjustment.
I know, that's the whole thing. Yeah, keep on adjusting it. Keep on adjusting it.
Probably a tuning issue.
So, just as is, Tomoses are infamous for being just rippers off the line. What other comparisons we got?
Weight?
Well,
That
this
makes it a lot
weighs,
heavier,
this must weigh
right?
an incredible amount
It
of.
weighs a lot.
Okay.
Yes, it's pretty heavy. Which is like, where's that weight coming from?
I don't know. Oh, what's lighter? Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like 40 pounds probably. It feels like it at least.
Yeah. You want to defend it.
I want to defend it. I do want to defend it. I would say with the weight thing, the weight, I like, it feels.
Oh, it feels heavier.
solid.
Oh, okay. It's got more plastics to like damage. Like you already got a couple scrapes on this thing.
Yeah, this is Bennett right here. This is Bennett. This is Bennett.
It's all Bennett.
Yeah.
TOMOS defense over here is that the Flexers, the Sprints, all of those models, they were like mostly metal. Like there's very little plastics on here. We got a little plastic side cover and that's it. I've dropped these things. You've dropped these things. They're indestructible. Tell the truth.
What? I just gotta put extra oil in it.
You gotta put extra oil in your bike. Why?
I think the oil line goes towards the
bearings?
the bearings,
So you-
and it goes towards the carburetor.
Right.
So since I put a expansion chamber on it, it still needs more oil.
But you can't lose that oil injection.
But I can't lose the oil
You
injection.
lose the oil injection, you lose the lubrication at the bearings.
and I blow up my
and
bike.
you blow up your motor. So if you get a bigger pipe, that means you gotta put oil in the gas anyway. The final competition, we'll do a wheelie contest.
I don't know how to wheelie.
I don't either. So whoever could just hold it up longer, let's try.
Well, I feel like this is setting me up for failing.
No, this is great. All right, so the conclusion is both of us suck at wheeling.
Yeah, we're back.
Never. Seat week continues. This is the last day of seat week. See, all these are cut out now. Got all the scraps. They're just sort of roughly cut out. I gotta go through and really fine tune them. And this one is like the finished one. This one has hardware all set up. Sort of like threaded in and glued, and I might even put like a jam washer on the back so that doesn't come out. And this is a little gauge. Make sure I put our logo on it so that we don't mistake this for scrap or something. But this is the shape of the bottom of the seats so that when I'm bending it, I can sort of use this as a gauge. Actually, I'm probably gonna do some of those right now. I have 5 of these plastic pieces molded up. Now I gotta do 4 or 5 of the metal parts that will sort of conclude seat week with all the pieces cut, bent, welded together. I also have to paint them. Something for our next episode. We'll continue next week. As always,
Don't forget about mopeds.
don't forget about mopeds. We'll see you next week.